Friends, if you want trading to become more than just a way to make money, if you want it to become a source of real happiness, peace, and personal satisfaction, then today's video is extremely important for you. Because in this video, we're going to talk about chapter 22 of the Daily Trading Coach, Build Your Happiness. In this chapter, Dr. Steenbarger explains something very powerful. Before becoming a successful trader, you first need to become a mentally healthy and emotionally fulfilled person. A lot of us believe that profits will automatically make us happy. But the truth is, if there's no balance within you, even winning in the market never truly feels enough. And maybe that's the reason why so many traders, even after making consistent money, still feel stressed, emotionally drained, and exhausted inside. And if you're new to this channel, I'd highly recommend watching the previous chapters as well. Because a strong trading mindset is not built in a single day. Its foundation is created slowly, step by step, through awareness, discipline, and emotional growth. So with that said, let's begin today's powerful lesson, Build Your Happiness. Friends, have you ever noticed that some traders look incredibly calm and confident in the market, while others panic over every small movement? Why is it that some traders stay emotionally stable even after a loss, while others completely fall apart after just one bad trade? Dr. Steenbarger says the answer is not connected to strategy alone. It's deeply connected to our inner happiness and emotional well-being. He explains that psychological well-being has two very important elements: joy and contentment. Joy is the feeling of genuine excitement and energy while doing something you truly love. And contentment is that deeper sense of inner peace, the feeling that your life is emotionally balanced and meaningful. When these two things exist together in harmony, people don't just work anymore. They actually begin to enjoy the process itself. And in trading, this changes everything. Because if you spend every single day chasing money alone, slowly the market starts becoming a source of stress instead of growth. Every red candle begins to scare you. Every loss feels personal. And each trading day starts feeling mentally exhausting. But when you stop looking at trading as only a way to earn money and start seeing it as a journey of learning, growth, and self-improvement, your entire perspective begins to change. Then the market is no longer just a game of profits and losses. It becomes a place where you learn to improve yourself every single day. And at that point, whether you make a profit or take a loss, you still walk away with something valuable from the experience. Because true happiness in trading does not come only from winning trades. Real happiness comes from realizing that you are becoming emotionally stronger, mentally calmer, and little by little, you are growing not only into a better trader, but also into a better human being. Dr. Steenbarger says that if you truly want to become a mentally strong and emotionally healthy trader, then you must learn to nourish your mind every single day. He explains that we should always keep at least one positive activity in our daily routine. It could be something simple, like meditating for 10 minutes in the morning, going for a peaceful walk in nature, or spending a little quiet time alone with yourself. Because when the mind is calm, our decisions become clearer. He also shares another powerful idea. After every trade, don't just ask yourself whether you made a profit or a loss. Instead, ask yourself, what did I learn today? Because once you start learning from every experience, slowly your focus shifts away from just results and moves toward personal growth. And that is what builds real confidence. Dr. Steenbarger also says that it's extremely important to notice your own progress. That's why he suggests keeping a success journal, where every week you write down 3 positive things about yourself. Maybe a small improvement, a better decision, or a moment where you handled yourself more strongly than before. Because many times we are actually growing, but we fail to notice it, and slowly we begin forgetting our own value. Friends, here, happiness does not simply mean feeling good all the time. According to Greek philosophers, real happiness means something much deeper, recognizing your true potential and doing your best to fulfill it. Becoming the person you are truly capable of becoming. Now think about this. If someone has talent, if they have potential, but they never fully use it, then even if they appear normal from the outside, deep inside, there will always be a feeling of incompleteness. Dr. Steenbarger calls this feeling existential guilt. That inner voice which keeps reminding you that you could have done better, that you never truly used your full potential. Now connect this idea to trading. Imagine that you have the ability to become a disciplined and successful trader, but you don't take learning seriously. You skip practice. You avoid working on your emotions. Then maybe profits may still come for some time, but deep inside, a sense of guilt remains. A feeling that I'm not giving my best. And over time, that inner discomfort slowly begins weakening your self-confidence. Dr. Steenbarger says, true happiness comes when you genuinely feel inside that I'm moving in the right direction. I'm being honest with myself. And every single day, I'm becoming closer to the best version of myself. Then even if losses come, frustration comes, or difficult phases appear, there is still a sense of peace within you. Because you know you are not just surviving in the market anymore, you are slowly growing through it. Friends, most of us believe that the opposite of happiness is sadness. But honestly, the real opposite of happiness is not sadness at all. It's that silent restlessness inside you. The feeling that keeps whispering, you could have become more than this. You had greater potential, but you never fully lived as the person you were capable of becoming. And maybe that's the feeling that slowly empties a person from within. So from today, make a promise to yourself. Don't suppress the fire inside you. Don't ignore that inner voice that keeps pushing you to grow. Because happiness does not begin the day your bank account becomes bigger. It begins the moment you start living honestly with yourself. The moment you stop living for appearances and start living for your true purpose. Friends, when we become completely absorbed in something, when we lose track of time and feel a deep sense of satisfaction from within, there's a different kind of glow on our face. A glow of fulfillment. Because in that moment we are not just working anymore. We are expressing who we truly are. For example, a psychologist feels the deepest satisfaction when they are able to create real change in someone's life. In the same way, a trader experiences a very special kind of happiness when they personally analyze a difficult market situation, build a strong trading idea, execute that plan patiently and with discipline, and finally see that setup work exactly as expected. At that moment, the feeling of profit is no longer just about money. It becomes a feeling of, I proved something to myself. And that is the real difference between lucky money and earned success. Because luck may give excitement, but true satisfaction only comes through growth. The happiness that comes from hard work, discipline, and self-belief is far deeper than temporary pleasure. And this is exactly what Aristotle also believed. According to him, real happiness means living through your talents, your passions, and your highest potential. Becoming the person you already have the ability to become. But sadly, most traders never truly reach this level of fulfillment. Yes, profits make them feel good for a while, and losses ruin their mood for some time. But that deeper inner peace always remains missing. Why? Because they believe, when I make more money, then I'll finally be happy. But the reality is completely opposite. The truth is, when a person feels fulfilled from within, that is when they naturally begin performing better consistently. In other words, happiness creates better results. Results alone do not create happiness. When you do something with sincerity, with purpose, and with complete dedication, then success, money, and respect slowly begin chasing you on their own. Just like a deep and meaningful relationship is never built on temporary attraction alone, and winning a lottery can never replace the satisfaction someone feels while building their own business from the ground up. In the same way, trading profits alone can never replace the fulfillment that comes when you stop treating trading as just a way to earn money and start living it like a mission. When every day becomes an opportunity to improve yourself, when the market is no longer just about money, but becomes a journey of self-mastery, then slowly you stop becoming just a profitable trader and start becoming a deeply fulfilled human being. And maybe that is what real success truly means. Friends, trading is not just a game of money. It's a journey where a person learns not only to understand charts, but also to understand themselves. It's a journey of recognizing your fears, working on your weaknesses, and slowly growing into a better version of yourself. And if you begin looking at trading not just as a way to make money, but as a path of self-growth, then you gain much more than profits. You gain confidence, inner strength, and a kind of satisfaction that cannot be bought from the outside world. So from today, start looking at trading with a different mindset. Don't chase only profits. Chase purpose. Chase growth. Chase mastery. Because when a person honestly focuses on becoming better at their craft, profits slowly begin following them naturally. Dr. Steenbarger says that many traders look at trading only as a source of excitement. For them, the market is just about thrill, fast money, and the emotional rush of winning. They never treat trading like a serious craft, nor do they embrace it as a long-term journey of growth. Such traders may sometimes make profits, but internally, they fail to develop anything meaningful. No strong discipline, no emotional stability, no deep confidence. They spend entire days sitting in front of screens, yet deep inside, they have no clear direction, no real purpose. And the most dangerous part is, slowly trading turns into just another habit, while personal growth completely stops. It doesn't necessarily mean they are always unhappy, but somewhere deep inside, there remains a sense of emptiness, a feeling that says, I'm staying busy, but am I truly growing? And over time, that inner emptiness slowly begins weakening self-confidence. So the real question becomes, who is actually a happy trader? Dr. Steenbarger says, a happy trader is not someone who feels good only after seeing profits. A happy trader is someone who remains connected to their craft even after the market closes. Someone who genuinely wants to learn. Someone who studies charts with curiosity, who thinks deeply about new trade ideas, who reviews old trades honestly, who accepts mistakes without ego, and constantly tries to improve little by little. That kind of trader learns something new every week, evolves every month, and every year becomes better than their previous version. For them, trading is not just an income source, it is a craft, a mission, a lifelong learning process. And maybe that is exactly why such traders remain more stable in the market. Because their motivation is not just money, their motivation is growth, mastery, self-respect. Friends, if you don't want trading to become just another money-making machine in your life, but instead want it to become something you genuinely feel proud of, then ask yourself one important question. Am I trading only for profits? Or am I also trying to become a better version of myself every single day? Because in the end, real happiness is not found only in winning trades. Real happiness comes when a person becomes deeply immersed in the entire process, when learning becomes a natural habit, and when they begin to realize, I'm not just building money, I'm building myself. Dr. Steenbarger says, when a person is truly living their passion, they often lose track of time itself. Because that work no longer feels like just a responsibility. It becomes a part of their identity. Think about it. When someone is truly in love, that relationship is not limited to dates, phone calls, or a few special moments. That feeling slowly begins reflecting in their entire life, in the way they think, their energy, their priorities, their presence. In the exact same way, when a trader genuinely connects with the market, their relationship with trading goes far beyond profits. They don't think about trading only during market hours. Even after the market closes, their mind naturally stays engaged in learning, understanding, and improving. Because at that point, trading is no longer just an income source. It becomes a craft, not an unhealthy obsession, but a meaningful pursuit. Dr. Steenbarger shares a very powerful exercise. He says, this week, observe yourself carefully. Pay attention to how much you think about trading outside market hours, how much you read, how much you learn, and most importantly, notice how it makes you feel inside. Then honestly ask yourself, do I genuinely feel excited when I understand a new trading pattern? Do I feel proud when I see myself improving? Does the process of becoming better give me satisfaction? If the answer is yes, then maybe trading is no longer just your job. It may slowly be becoming your calling. But if your connection with trading disappears the moment the market closes, if learning feels like a burden, then maybe, for now, trading is simply an income source. And there's nothing wrong with that. But it's important to recognize it honestly. Think about it. Does a true artist paint only on exhibition days? Does a musician feel music only while standing on stage? Does a priest live his faith only from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m.? Of course not. Because when someone is deeply connected to something, that connection becomes visible throughout their entire life. Dr. Steenbarger says, trading can become an amazing career, but only when it is not just a decision of the mind, but also a calling of the heart. When you don't just study the market, but actually feel connected to it. When every trade stops being just an attempt to make money and becomes an opportunity to evolve yourself, that is when trading can bring true happiness. But friends, there's also a very interesting problem here. Many traders fail to understand the difference between contentment and laziness. They believe that if they become satisfied with their progress, they will lose their hunger, they will stop growing, and because of this fear, they never truly appreciate themselves. No matter how much they improve, their mind keeps repeating, "It's still not enough. I'm still not enough. I need more." And slowly, this mindset turns into frustration. A kind of frustration that quietly destroys inner peace. Dr. Steenbarger explains something very important. You can be both satisfied and deeply motivated at the same time. These two things are not opposites. The real balance is this. Set small goals while still dreaming big. Whenever you make even a small improvement, genuinely celebrate it. Give yourself credit. But at the same time, keep your next vision clear so that the fire for growth stays alive. For example, maybe earlier you were constantly losing money, but after 3 months of hard work, you finally reached break-even. Now if you tell yourself, "I'm proud of how I handled myself," that is not ego. That is healthy satisfaction. That is respecting your own effort. And then set the next goal. Now I want to build consistency. This way you neither live in frustration nor become complacent. Friends, contentment is not weakness. True contentment is actually a sign of inner strength. Because the person who learns to appreciate small progress is the one who stays mentally strong during the long journey. And maybe in trading that is the greatest edge of all. So friends, the biggest lesson from today's chapter is this. Trading is not just a game of charts, indicators and profits. It is an inner journey where the market slowly introduces you to yourself, sometimes through fear, sometimes through losses, and sometimes through discipline. But if you continue learning from every experience, if you stop chasing only money and start chasing growth, purpose, and self-mastery, then slowly trading stops being just an income source. It becomes a part of who you are, and at that point, profits don't grow only inside your account. Confidence begins growing inside you as well. So from today, try to stop looking at the market as just an earning machine. Instead, see it as a place where every single day, you are learning to become a better version of yourself. Because in the end, the most successful trader is not the one who only understands the market, but the one who learns to understand themselves as well. And if you found today's lesson valuable, if this video helped you learn something meaningful, then make sure to like the video. And if you want to watch more deep and powerful lessons on trading psychology, mindset, and the Daily Trading Coach, then subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon as well, so you don't miss the upcoming chapters. I'll see you in the next powerful lesson. Until then, keep learning, keep growing, and never stop working on yourself.